there. Hello there. Happy Monday. Welcome, welcome. This is the Gisela Show, Mondays at 5 p.m. And I will tell you about homeopathic remedies, natural health. We'll talk about all kinds of things like how you can make your life better, easier, and healthy. Healthy. Very important with all of the health care issues that are going on. So many people cannot afford, uh, any insurance or any extra insurance. So you need to keep yourself as healthy as possible. But before we get into the show, let's say hello to Amnan, our producer. Hello, Amnan.
Hello, Gisela. How are you?
I am good. I am
You
good.
you missed the show last week, and I guess you were out there tearing the
Playing.
town, painting the town red.
No, I didn't really. But what I did do is I did take my camper van out and I went up to Lake Ontario. There is a campground. It's called Henderson. It's in KOA campground. And it is a little island right in Lake Ontario,
Uh huh.
and you go over a causeway, and the entire small island is a campground, and it's most charming and really nice, really, really nice. First of all, the people keep it very nice. There's a nice pool there. There are nice warm showers there. So even if you don't go with one of those very expensive big rigs where you have everything uh, in a my camper is I can't take a shower in it. I have a bathroom and I have a sink and I have a small kitchen like a small refrigerator and a stove. So if I wanted to make coffee or something, I can do that. But I don't I don't have a real big rig where you have a shower and so on. But I don't mind that because what I do is I set up outside. I Because camping to me, when I go to, is more of taking myself out of the normal living space that I have, a house. If I take my house with me, like these big rigs, they are like a house,
Yep.
you know. If I take that with me, then you know I sit there and I clean and I wash and I take care and I play house. I don't want to do that. When I go and I want to read. I want to go and explore different things. In fact, I did explore something wonderful, and I do want to share that with the listeners just briefly. If you're on the East Coast or ever come to the East Coast, the Thousand Island region up by Lake Ontario there, it's right on the Canadian border, is most charming, most charming. And I found a place there, it's called Cape Vincent's. And let me tell you, if I would win in the lottery, I would buy a little house there for the summer in a heartbeat. I mean, it is so nice and so quiet. It's like going back in time, you know. Um, People that you ask for directions or so on, they're friendly and kind and helpful. Nobody seems to be really in a rush. There's a very charming lighthouse hostel, and I was thinking that some of you who have been listening to me know, I am also a light therapy technician. I treat people with LED lights for various ailments. And I'm going to make a class that, because LED light therapy is available and legal in all states. You don't need a license for it. The one thing that you cannot say is you cannot claim a medical benefit from it. But I mean, let's say uh, my neighbor had neck surgery and I lent him one of my medium-sized lights that I had, and he was treating himself the wound where he had the surgery. Well, within 2 weeks, that wound was totally healed, and he is within 2.5 weeks. He's a painter, he's a house painter. He was working because the LED lights did such a great job. So if any of you have an interest in learning that, there will be a class coming up let me just look at my calendar. On the 22nd of September, there will be a class here in Pennsylvania. Get in touch with me. My email is homeopath, the number 4, me@live.com. You can also reach me on Facebook, Homeopath for Me, and you can message me. My website is mylifemyhealth.website. Get in touch with me if you would like. It's a weekend course. It's not expensive. To get into it, then to purchase the light, I do not really sell the lights, but I can tell you of where to get the best lights,
Gisela,
for what money. Yeah.
For Debbie in the chat, first of all, she's saying that you look wonderful, and she's saying, "Are these new pink glasses?" And and then she's saying, "What is this light?"
The light.
Yeah.
It's an LED light that has different color spectrums. And what you will learn with that is which color spectrum treats what, how to treat a person. And I have 4 different lights here that I will train you on, so that whatever light that you purchase afterwards, you will know exactly of how to use the light, what for. The lights will treat a variety of problems. One of them is psoriasis. Another one is any kind of break or joint problem.
She's asking
arthritis.
She's asking if you can show it.
If I can show it. No, I didn't bring it here because I had really wanted to talk about the liver, but somehow we got into this.
Okay.
So
okay, keep going.
Listen, if you go onto my website, you see it.
Give the website. And if you
go on Facebook,
give the website again.
The website is My Life, My Health .website. And if it doesn't come up, well, then go on to Homeopath for Me on Facebook. On my timeline, you also have one of the large umbrella lights.
Okay, it's My Life, my life hyphen my will.
My health.
No, it's real. That domain name is not a good one to give to people. That website, it's actually taking you. Oh no, it's not. It's showing mylifemywill.org, but it's still, I don't know. Yeah, it's true.
There's something wrong with it. I'm trying to fix it. I've been in touch with Bluehost already.
Okay, so here it is.
Away.
Okay, Debbie, it's my life hyphen my life, my health hyphen. I'm messing up because it looks awkward. My life, my health, no spaces. That website, yeah. Of
Yeah,
okay, go ahead.
yeah. And so you have, but Debbie, if you like, and you trust me with your email, just send me your email. I'll send you a ton of pictures, and I will tell you also of what you will learn on a weekend. It's a certified class. You get a certification that you are then an LED light therapist. Um, People are making great money with that. I use it for pets and for people. My pets, if they have a skin problem, or if they have a cut, or if they have, like one of them had a joint hip problem, I used the light with much success, much success. Uh, it NASA has found, and the medical society has found that many people can get treated with these lights with so much success than, like acne. If you have a bad case of acne, using the blue light umbrella once a week on the person will literally cure and heal the acne. Psoriasis. Um, psoriasis if you have a handheld machine that you can treat yourself every day. But if it's large areas, if it's smaller areas, um, you might be able to just do it once or twice and then it goes away. I had a small little lesion right up here. I treated it 3 times. It's just gone, you know. So these lights, and there's a theory, but I will teach you the theory, why it is, why they work, what color spectrums do what. And so it's a fabulous weekend. You have if you come here to Pennsylvania, to my little clinic here, um, you have breakfast included, and we'll do on Saturday evening, we'll do a little barbecue. And then Sunday, you arrive Friday, you have all day Saturday class, and Sunday till about 3 o'clock. And then 3 o'clock, you go on home again. So it really, and for somebody who wants to go into the natural health field and not spend a ton of money uh, to get into it, because if you want to become a natural, any kind of health coach, or a natural health doctor or a homeopathist, it can cost you thousands and thousands. I mean, I'm looking at post-grad studies, and that's going to cost around $5,000 for 2 years again. So this is much cheaper. You know, this is $225 for the weekend, and that's it. And you have your certificate, and then you can go and you can buy any type of a light that you want and treat people with it. Most of these lights are transportable, that you can go to people's homes and treat them there. So it's a really nice way of making either some extra money, or getting into a field that interests you. But you know, one of the things that I wanted to talk to you today about is really the liver. You know, one of the my friends called me up the other day, and she said, you know, I just heard there's a guy who's offering apparently this book. It's on a disc. I mean, I didn't see it, but he is claiming he can you can have a new liver every 28 days. Well, you know, one of the reasons why I have this show is that there's so much misinformation out there and so many people who are just trying to make a buck. And you cannot have a liver. Yes, the liver does regenerate itself, but you cannot have a liver every 20 new liver every 28 days. That's just not correct. And the liver and our kidneys, most people are concerned with their heart and their arteries, and they have they want to have a heart attack and so on. But much more volatile and for with your pets and yourself is your kidneys and your liver. If you do not take care of those two, you can have a major, major problem. Why? Because both of these organs are designed to filter any kind of bad situation out of your body. So any kind of inflammation, any kind of poison, any kind of uh, not only poisons that are food related, but poisons that are from these plastic bottles, our environment. All of that gets filtered through the liver and the kidney. The more medications you take, the more the kidneys and the liver are taking a hit. And although you can repair the liver, but like for instance, Hep C, hepatitis C, which is an infectious disease that is very detrimental. I mean, you can die from that. Uh, not not fast, but because at first you don't see and you don't have any symptoms. When you start having symptoms, it's often too late already. And to have a liver transplant, well, good luck. A lot of people are in line already. So I would suggest to know whenever you feel sluggish, what are reasons of why you would say, I'm going to take care of my liver? Well, one of them is when you start feeling very tired. When you have a liver or a kidney problem is easier to diagnose. A kidney problem, you usually have some pain, you have back pain, you sometimes have muscle cramps. You also have your urine smells very, very strong. That's when we say, okay, there might be some problems with the kidneys. But the liver, you don't really have any symptoms. Um, the the symptoms are predominantly headaches, maybe a lot of thirst, often that comes with inflammation. If you have inflammation in your body, you often are very thirsty because the body wants to get rid of it. But the main one is you feel very sluggish, you feel very tired. And sometimes you even have a little swelling right by under your breast, right where the liver is. If you have a little swelling there, that might be that your liver is in jeopardy. And here are a few. One of the major liver rebuild remedies are um, milk thistle. Take milk thistle. If you like a glass of wine, if you like wine, if you smoke, if you don't always eat very healthy, I would take milk thistle once or twice a week, regardless. Okay? Because milk thistle, what it does is it helps to ward off any inflammation, and and there has been enough research done on milk thistle, the benefits to the liver. It is very, very beneficial. It helps the liver to regain its function. It helps to ward off any kind of inflammation. Now, if you're on a lot of medication, let's say you're on blood pressure medication, and you're on a cholesterol medication, and you are on whatever else, other medications yet. Some people take 5, 6, 7 medications. Well, they need to take milk thistle with their medications every day, because otherwise their liver and their kidney will start to deteriorate. Now, for the kidneys, one of the best remedies for the kidneys to keep the kidneys healthy is barberry, or Barberus vulgaris in the homeopathic one. If you have, let's say you have frequent heartburn, let's say you have frequent diarrhea, let's say you any little thing, every 5 minutes you have either the sniffles, or you you have hot flashes or whatever. It may be the kidneys. Take every day, make a dose, make a bottle with Barberries vulgaris. Put it into a 4-ounce bottle, shake the bottle, take a teaspoon once a day. Keeps your kidneys really nice and clean. You will not have to go as frequently to the bathroom, because if the kidneys have a slight inflammation, you will have the urge to urinate every 5 minutes. Okay, so barberries is just absolutely fabulous for that. Now, what I'm saying for you is the same thing for your animals. Now, let's say cats are very susceptible to that, because cat food, especially if you feed the soft kind too, cat food can, we know, remember a few years ago when they had all these cats dying of kidney failures because they found the culprit was the cat food. Cats are very susceptible to kidney problems and liver problems. So what I would do is I would add, if you feed the soft cat food, I would add some milk thistle and some barberries into the food, so that the kidney and the liver will have a little bit more help to stay healthy. Best not to feed these canned cat food, but I mean, the cats, they get so addicted to it that if you don't feed it to them, you don't want to hear them crying. But just add some milk thistle and some barberries to that. For dogs that have diarrhea, many dogs now, hunting season is going to be coming soon again, and many if you live in the woods, people shoot animals, or animals die or whatever. And if you have a dog that roams free a little bit, and he eats putrid food like that, they can get violently badly ill. I just had a case like that. A dog well, both dogs, they have two dogs, both dogs, bad diarrhea, bad vomiting. Um, one of the things for that, what I give when I get it in time, I always have some charcoal pills. Give a one capsule of charcoal pill when you think that there's a food poisoning. Um, the other one is Nox vomica. You give a dose of Nox vomica. That also purges the body somewhat. Uh, as a diet for that, boil white rice and make the rice really rather soft, so don't leave it al dente or so on, just really nice and soft, almost like a gruel. And then when it's cooled off, you put a couple of tablespoons of uh, cottage cheese in it, couple of tablespoons cottage cheese, depending on what size of dog you want to treat. The other thing that you want to put in there is a hard-boiled egg, chopped up. And that is what the dog who has diarrhea and who has really an upset stomach, vomiting, diarrhea, that is the diet that you want to feed until for at least a week, I would say. Okay. They all the dogs that I have treated with that have done well with it. Um, for humans, one of the best things to keep yourself healthy, uh, keep your liver healthy, keep your kidney healthy, keep your arteries healthy, is bee pollen. Now, that's not strictly a homeopathic remedy, but bee pollen is absolutely fantastic. Now, you can add that to your pet's diet too. My pets, they get a vitamin mixture. Like I made today's soup, chicken soup for them. And I put barley in there. I put some carrot in there. I cook it until it is, you know, it's totally mush. Now it's cooling. And then each one of them gets a full dish with that. Now I have also a vegetable powder because you can't, you shouldn't put in a soup like that, you shouldn't put celery in. Dogs don't like celeries, but it's a good vegetable to have. So what I have is I have a vegetable powder. It's not cheap when you buy this vegetable powder, but it lasts a long time. You only need a small amount. And I just put a tablespoon in a large pot, and they have all the vegetables in there. I do put extra carrot in there because they do like it, and I mash it up. And they love this soup. I mean, they just absolutely love this soup. All dogs that I have ever treated with love the soup. Now, if you want to eat that too, which is very, very healthy for you too, then make a pot and you all eat. Put pasta in it instead of barley. I mean, I like barley in it for the dogs because it's more filling and it is a very digestible grain. Um, I don't like too much pasta because it's made from refined flour, and we shouldn't. None of us should be eating that. But barley is a very, very good grain to put into a soup like that. Okay. So bee pollen is fantastic. Everybody should have a teaspoon of bee pollen once a day. It gives you energy. It helps your immune system. It has zinc also in it. Most people are deficient of zinc. Often when I hear people or with pets or for themselves, they come and they are very sluggish and they can't really keep a thought straight and so on. Sometimes it's a thyroid problem that also is influenced. Well, zinc helps the thyroid enormously. Zinc also helps the liver and the kidney to stay. And zinc is essential for men to keep a healthy prostate. So zinc is something that we do not have in our um, you know vegetables and so on, because zinc falls is very much so like vitamin C. When it comes in contact with the air and oxygen, the benefit is not there anymore. It just sort of falls apart. So I had advertised today to ask me questions, because you always can do that, but once in a while, I want you to ask questions even more so. Now, what the liver is also very much so what we need, not only to detoxify us, but also it gives signals to the brain of if there is another inflammation in the body somewhere. That's why if you don't have a functioning liver that is really functioning really well, um, you know, the whole body it's as important as your heart, where the heart is the motor. I would say, if you want to do this as like a car, it's the motor, and then the transmission and so on is the liver and the kidneys that keeps the whole body working in a good way. And you usually, when there's a problem, you usually have it's heartburn, diarrhea, sluggishness, and sometimes pain right on the left side under the heart, so to speak. Okay. And when there is some pain there or some tenderness there, you may be in trouble. Now, if one of your pets has diarrhea, and especially cats, and they don't want to eat anymore, then that is usually kidney or liver. And what I would do is then I would treat the cat with flor de piedra, which is a stone flower. And it's not officially really a homeopathic remedy, but it works really well for cats. And they should have at least one tablet a day that you can either put into the food, or sometimes the cat lets you put it into their mouth. But you need to treat the cats, and here's the name for it: Flor, Flor, de piedra. And you can just Google it and you find several. It's a South American stone blossom flower. You can also treat with milk thistle. Milk thistle works really very, very well. Now, we all know that if you have a liver problem and your eyes, the whites of your eyes are starting to get a little more yellow, well, that's usually when you have a major infection, all right? And when you start to have that major infection already, and so it's already a little more advanced. And with animals, you find the same thing, although with most cats, there's not that much white to see. So it's very hard to tell if there's any yellow. But what you do see also is when you open the mouth, the inside is more of a light color, not a nice healthy red. If then the immune system is suppressed, and that's what the liver is responsible for your immune system and for your detoxification. Now, one other remedy there, when that is the case, that there is already jaundice, okay, and there is no appetite, cat doesn't want to eat, there's frequently vomiting, there's like a coating on the tongue, and like I said, it is more on the white side. I would then at first give natrum sulfuricum. I would give one dose, wait a couple of hours, and if there is no improvement after the second dosage, I would give Chalodium 30 once a day until there's improvement. So you have with the liver, you have several remedies there that you can administer, and especially, like I said, with dogs and cats, it's often very expensive to go have a vet treat these conditions, because every time you walk into the vet's office, it's like $100. If you should not treat your pets on your own if you don't know really what you're doing. But as I've said before, and I say it again, whenever you have a question and you do not know what to do, shoot me an email. I will always answer. Homeopaths, the number 4, me at live.com. Just shoot me, or go on Facebook, go to Homeopaths for me, send me a message. Many people have done so. They have always gotten an answer. Sometimes I could help. Sometimes they helped themselves before that already, and they just then wanted to confer with me and see if they did the right thing. That's okay too. So but I always will answer. Sometimes it will take me a day when I'm, very busy, then I'm not on Facebook. But usually I go on Facebook once a day to find out if there are any messages for me. So go on to my Facebook page, go on to message, and you can always reach me. You can also always reach me through Nissan Communication. You just go onto my site. All of the shows, if you missed a show, they're all recorded. Just go in there, go look for what you were looking for or what you have missed, and listen to it again. Okay?
There's a question.
Well, yes?
What is good for joint stiffness for dogs?
For joint stiffness? Oh, that's a very good question. It depends on how is the dog old or is the dog younger?
Older dog. We are keeping
old dog.
We are keeping Hannah's dog while she went to the mountains, and she said that she woke up in the morning and she's having a hard time squatting, and
Yeah.
she's much better now. This was yesterday. She's better now, but I watched her after she pooped, and they're trying to kick dirt on top, and she starts and stops like it's hurting her a little bit. I don't know if she slept
Yeah,
wrong on it
absolutely.
or
Yeah. Give a
Rutagraph. Okay.
Rutagraph.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
If Rutagraph with 1 dose of Rutagraph, it doesn't work, then alternate it with Roostox.
Okay.
You know, depending. Now,
Okay.
if that is a sudden onset, like from one day to the next,
Yeah.
it could be then that it is an injury somehow, and arnica is then the remedy. But you are never wrong with Rutagraph and Roostox,
Okay.
because an older dog, they have the same problem as we have. Their joints and tendons get a little bit too worn, and then there's a little inflammation, and then it hurts.
Okay. All right. That's
Okay.
fine. Yep.
Very good. Well, guys, the show flew by again. I hope that you liked the information I gave you. I hope that you all are enjoying the summer yet. And I will be too, and I will see you next Monday at 5 o'clock. And we will talk about other very relevant things that we need to talk about. So have a great week, guys. See you next Monday.
You are tuned to the Nissan Communications Network. If you tuned in too late, you can always watch each program in its entirety or download an MP3 audio file of it in the archives section at nissancommunications.com. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, and like us on Facebook. Sponsored by Telestream's Wirecast software, StreamingGear.com, Carolina Apparel, and DeltaForce.net.